Mr. Chad. Do you want to know something crazy, Mr. Chad? I was like, hey, Pluto, buddy, my best friend in the whole entire world, would you please do me the favor of playing some games with me? And he said, no, man. How about you fuck yourself in the nose instead? And you can take that to the bank. All right? That's the truth. Is there something important going on today? No. I came back home and I was bored. And I figured, hey, man, I'm a narcissist. Why don't I show myself to people I don't know? Yeah, is that why you can't play? Because you still can't speak? No. If he's looking out for my mental, then he'd play with me, because if we play together, I can't play ranked. If I'm playing solo, maybe I go ranked. Queen Jane, thank you for the Prime sub for 12 months. For those of you who are stupid, that is 1 whole year. As I said, months, and year, I realized I don't know how to speak English anymore. So, all right then. All right, I'm back. I guess we do the rest of the stream in Swedish then. God damn, bro. I'm embarrassing myself. I don't know what I'm playing. I was going to sit down and play Subnautica. Then I was... I'm going to show you guys something. Then I was talking to my friend Rom. A shout out in the chat for Rom, please. I tweeted about it, but you guys are idiots. I never check my Twitter. You reminded me of this clip. Look, I don't want to play this game necessarily, but I want to relive a time in my life when I was able to have this much fun. Okay? Because I don't remember. I was going to say I don't remember the last time I laughed this much, but this is it. This was last time I laughed this much.
You know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
I can't even finish my sentence. Talk to our 12-inch elderlies in your area today. I can't. This is so fucking tough.
Oh, hold on a bit.
Oh my god. Oh. I can't breathe, man.
Bro, the day of the of the hard 12-inch unyielding wants, that was fucking top tier content. Sub Kane something. Hey, I buy it. But we can't make our, like, you know, we can't relive the wand making. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I wanna have fun, Mr. Chat. That's why I was watching. I was gonna go live like 20 minutes ago, but I was watching Rom's stream because I was like, why do I want to go live? This is more fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, but why don't we do that more often, Pluto? Yeah, but this is like a sad laugh. I'm like, haha. I remember when I was happy. You know what I mean? This is like a... Yeah. So it's my fault that if I play League... Oh, but okay. two questions for you, Pluto. First of all, is it my fault because I play League that Mr. Chad is fucking boring? And also, is it my fault that what about when we play games like Subnautica? We haven't had that kind of rapport when we play other games. You know? Hogwarts Legacy, first stream of Hogwarts Legacy, just... it brought something out. And that's something. Was a 12-inch elderly wand in your area? Oh, no. I don't feel like Hogwarts Legacy. Mr. Chad gets scared when you play League. Look, listen, here's the thing. I get that Mr. Chad gets scared when I play League, but if Mr. Chad... Never mind. Not the JK role. She didn't make the game. It's a very fun game. No, I was gonna say if I was gonna make the argument I was gonna make was solid, but then I was realizing I was like I can't sit here and complain that the chat that support me by watching and pay me money to stream don't don't hold up their end of their own entertainment by being funny when I play League of Legends. But I was gonna put it in a way where I was like, where like, whatever. I forgot what I was gonna say. It's elderly one. Where's unyielding to? Bro, it's fucking hella unyielding. What I was gonna say was like, I get that Mr. Chad is scared when I play League because I get tilted and it's a toxic fucking game. But I was gonna say like, but if chat had the same kind of like vibe and energy, and as they do when I play other games, then that would reduce the tilt of playing League of Legends, because then we'd have that. But I get so focused on League when I play League, and chat just goes quiet. So I look over and there's nothing happening, so I just get even more focused. Like if there's a conversation, but the reason I didn't say it is because I heard it as I was saying it. I was like, oh, maybe I should be better at streaming and know how to do these things without telling my chat to be like, hey man, do my work for me. You know what I mean? You'd be more tilted. Depends on what you're saying. Like, it depends on what the vibe is. I don't think it would necessarily be like that. I can multitask. I kind of need to multitask. I get bored otherwise. However, you just gotta learn to read the room, Mr. Chat. But do you see? So look, listen. This is where we're not gonna get into this conversation because I didn't say this. I never said it. I chose not to say it, and then you were like, "But what was it you were gonna say?" And I was like, "This is what I was gonna say," but I didn't. I made the choice of not actually saying it. You know what I mean? Because it didn't really make any sense. Anyway. So the menu, besides Pluto's mom, don't know actually. Hogwarts Legacy or Subnautica. I heard COD. I'm thinking it's some kind of solo player game where we can talk shit. But I don't know if it's Subnautica. The vibe. I feel like in Subnautica, we're on the grind. You know what I mean? I think that's also the thing, because in Hogwarts Legacy, we were just doing dumb shit, because it doesn't require a lot of focus. You can just make unyielding 12-inch elderly wands. The Last of Us that I've seen, yeah, but that's not like, let's have fun. That's like, let's get into this deep and depressing and fantastic story. He's Walter behind the wheel of a car. Look, I can do that. I'm not sure if I haven't updated the recent Sea of Thieves, but we gotta get back on that too. But we need a squad. And then, what is this? Can someone explain to me what this is? Excuse me? Excuse me? The fuck? Oh, look, there it is again. It's a lot behind it. Subnautica. Hogwarts Legacy. Nothing on there. What are options? I don't know. Installed locally. Subnautica. Fall Guys. I have so many that aren't installed. Hello. I haven't tried that one too. Have you guys seen Attack on Titan? If anyone spoils a single thing about that show, I will ban you from Twitch. I will figure out what your social medias are, and I will ban you from all my social medias too. Anywho, very good. But that's the thing, Hopla. Like, I watch anime, but I'm currently watching this with my sister, and she hates anime and that kind of stuff. Took her a while to get into this too. But like on like the 10 out of the 10 highest rated episodes of any TV show ever on IMDb, I think 2 or 3 of the top 10 highest rated of any category are Attack on Titan. I'm gonna check exactly. Episode 1, Breaking Bad, 6 Feet Under. The third one is Attack on Titan. It has 9.9. One of the episodes. Then it's BoJack Horseman. Fantastic. Vinland Saga. Avatar The Last Airbender. Valid. Better Call Saul. Kogas. 9 is Attack on Titan. 11 is Attack on Titan. 12 is Attack on Titan. That's crazy, bro. 23, 24 Attack on Titan, 26 Attack on Titan. Avatar The Last Airbender. Avatar The Last Airbender is fantastic. Right, stop updating stuff. Fallout? Maybe Fallout is the thing. Yeah, but Attack on Titan isn't like One Piece or Naruto that have like 5,000 episodes. Like, it's got like 4 seasons with like 20 episodes per season, something like that. Like, it's not crazy. Yeah, maybe I would like it. Hey, the Miller. What you playing tonight? We're trying to figure that out. My Ubisoft app isn't working. Look at this. the Avatar: The Last Airbender live action adaptation. Cautiously optimistic. I never even watched the movie that came out because it was supposed to be that bad. But we should play South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Again, that's fucking funny. But I feel like this one could be better. I feel like I don't want to shit on anyone who was in the last one because I didn't see it. But I felt like the casting decisions were kind of not vibing with what I would have expected, maybe. Or I feel like they've put more thought into the vibe of the actors they've cast in it now. Do you know what I mean? Like the look of it, like they look more like their characters and feel more like the characters. From what I'm understanding, they're doing better with the Asian representation, which makes sense because all the characters are based off of those cultures. So like again, I don't know anything about it, and I didn't see the movie that everybody hated, but from what I hear and what I see, people who pay more attention than I do seem to be excited about it. And it feels like it's being done with kind of the right mindset. And I think that's good. I need to play what? Oh, South Park? Yeah. Yeah. I'm also kind of excited about the Lilo and Stitch movie, I can't lie. I'm a little confused about some of the casting choices they're making there, but I don't care that much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a Lilo and Stitch diehard fan, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, why did they not? Oh, but this character... You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. But, maybe it'll be shit. Maybe it won't. I don't know. You know what I mean, though? Like, I don't have the energy to be upset about whatever, like, you know. Let me put it this way. I don't have the energy to get involved in why people are upset with different casting choices in that film. So therefore, I'm not going to get upset just because I hear that people are upset. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing I think is a problem with the internet a lot lately, is that people get upset not because they know why they should be upset about something, but they get upset because people are upset. Does that make sense? Put me in there. I don't know if there's any white guys in that movie. Outrage culture is so toxic. That's what I mean. Like, and I try and stay away from a lot of it, like, because I don't have the mental energy and like emotional energy to get involved in everything people are upset about all the time. So most of the time I see like, okay, they're upset with this situation or this casting or this person or whatever, and I'm like, okay, people can be upset about that. If it's nothing that I can do anything about or that involves me, then oftentimes I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna weigh in on this, good or bad, because I don't know enough about it. And I don't have the energy, or I don't feel the need to get all the information I feel I need to get to form an opinion. Because if I then do form an opinion, then that can create so much headache too, because there's going to be people on both sides or whatever fucking argument. And if it's not something that I'm like, oh, you know, like there are obvious issues that I feel strongly about. Abortion rights, I've commented on publicly, I believe, that I think obviously it's the woman's choice, and everyone should have the right to safe abortions legally. You know what I mean? And like, I have strong feelings about gun laws in the United States, but these are overarching issues that I have an opinion on, just in general from a moral standpoint. But like, who gets cast in a movie when I don't know the thought process behind it, or you know what I mean? Or like these celebrities are going at it and people are picking sides, and I'm just like, I don't, I don't know these guys. Like, I don't know these people. I'm not invested. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, being like vegetarian. I was talking to, I think it was Perry actually about this the other day. Where she was a very vegetarian, and she was like, she doesn't care what other people eat. She's just a vegetarian. And I feel like people should be like that more often, where they're like, you can have a strong opinion on things and you can feel something, but you shouldn't, just let people do whatever the fuck they want, as long as as long as it's not actually hurting anyone, of course. She hit on you for being, well, she probably deserved. You probably deserve it. Yeah, that's the thing. I have enough headache as it is, to add more. Like, that's one of the reasons I hate Twitter, because I get involved. I get like so much information about different issues that I'm not involved or invested in, and then I'm sitting there with more information than I want, but not enough information to have an opinion. And it's often stuff that I don't care about, like situations that are like, I don't know. I don't feel like I don't personally feel the need to have every single step of information coming through from a long way of like, oh, maybe something happened here and then maybe this happened, and then like once it's figured out and I can read in a newspaper where they're like, so this happened, I can be okay, now I know what happened. You know what I mean? Today's toxic culture is that people label something as being offensive, whereas what they really mean is they are personally offended by it, which does not mean the same thing as it being generally accepted as globally offensive. Yeah, and I think that can get tricky. And like, I don't want to speak out too much on these issues because I am not I'm gonna phrase this as well as I can so that it makes sense to you guys. I'm not prepared. I haven't prepared a statement on any of these issues regarding cancel culture, toxic stuff, and what's offensive or not. And I just feel like if I start like, oh yeah, just spitballing my thoughts around these topics, I don't think I have any, abnormal ideas and everything. Like, I'm agreeing with what most of you guys are saying, but shit like this is one of the reasons too that I don't get involved, because if I say something, like if I'm trying to find the words and I just phrase it wrong, it can spiral out of control. Because that's a problem I see too, where it's like we're not focusing so much on what people are actually trying to say as much as like, we're not. It's people are looking to get angry at people instead of being like, okay, but what did this person want to say or whatever. So I prefer not to go into too much detail on stuff like this, because I feel like it can easily just get complicated, and then I try and explain like, oh no, so but I think this, and that is just a whole thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like most people who follow me on social media have a pretty good idea of where my morals stand. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty open with my thoughts on things in general. But I don't feel like going into more detail is gonna necessarily make anything like make people be like, oh, so this is his thought on things, because you already know most likely what my thoughts are on things in general. That like, I don't feel like the need to explain it further. Does that make sense? Yeah, Twitter's ruined. Yeah, I agree. Okay, it's too hot, but I'm wearing a fucking tank top, so I can't take it off. So I'm gonna open fucking more windows. was like, I mean, it was fucking cold today. I don't know why it's so hot in here right now. It's 3 degrees out. Whatever. It's not going to be that hot next week. Makes sense. Yeah. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I mean, these are my thoughts. I just, again, the reason I don't go into detail is because even though my intentions would be that I would have the best intentions in whatever we would be talking about, I feel like having conversations like this, it can easily just get misunderstood, and I just don't want to leave in a room for misunderstandings. If I make a statement on something, I want to make sure that I'm saying, like, that I phrase it in a way where my point is obvious, so people will be like, okay, this is what he means to say. Because, like, it's like the Twitter thing, where they're like, Twitter is such a weird place where, like, you can have a simple sentence and people will still misunderstand it. So I was like, oh yeah, the waffles one. Like, oh, I like pancakes. Oh, so you fucking hate waffles? Like, nowhere was that said. You know what I mean? Yeah, Twitter is the only place where a well-articulated sentences will get misinterpreted. You can say, I like pancakes, and someone will say, you hate waffles? No, bitch. That's a whole new sentence. What the fuck is you talking about? That's exactly the thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I try and avoid getting involved in stuff, because I'm like, my opinion isn't. I may be a narcissist, right? I'm not narcissistic enough to be like, my opinion is this important. Everyone needs to know what I think on this subject, because who the fuck cares? Who am I? You know what I mean? Whereas where I'm thinking about it, I was like, okay, do I want to weigh in on this subject? And then I'm like, shit, if I could say I like pancakes and people say I hate waffles, and then I'm like, okay, and that's a whole headache if it's an actual topic, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, is it worth risking a headache trying to explain this and like whatever might come from trying to just say that I like pancakes? Just so that people can know my opinion? Do you know what I mean? And no, it's not, you know, because my opinion is fucking dumb, probably. And, you know, I try and use my platform for good sometimes. I'll use it to highlight things that I think are important and speak up against fucking, again, like I said earlier, topics that to me are very obvious where I stand. I think gun laws should be stricter in the United States. I think everyone should have the right to abortion. I'm pro-gay marriage and trans rights. Like, you know, all these obvious things. I'm not afraid to say that I feel like this. You know what I mean? Because it might upset people, but I don't care, because I feel strongly about these things. I feel very strongly that everyone should have the same amount of rights. That there shouldn't. I believe firmly in equality in every sense of the word. But like the for example, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, I wasn't paying attention to any of it. I just kept seeing people be like, he's a fucking asshole, and someone being like, she's a fucking asshole, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, maybe they're both assholes. I don't know. Maybe none of them's an asshole. Maybe one is. Maybe, like, you know, what am I gonna do with this information? They're going through a legal ordeal to figure out whatever issues they have. I don't have to get involved here. You know what I mean? So I decided not to get involved because I don't know these people. Sounds like you're just a decent, intelligent person. I try to be, but I'm sure I have something where I'm a fucking idiot too. You know, I like to think that my morals are in the right place, but I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? But sometimes it feels like you have to be perfect on social media nowadays. You know, there's not a lot of room for mistakes. So I'd rather not, like, because I saw something about this where, like, woke culture you'll never be able to catch up. Like stuff that we don't think are problematic today might be problematic 20 years from now. You know what I mean? And if you look 20 years back, it was the same way. And it's just interesting because like, and I think that like trying to catch up with that stuff, like just try and be a nice guy. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at, because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with everything. If some people are like, oh, you can't use these words, or people want to use these pronouns nowadays, which was nothing when I grew up. Okay, I'll try my best to treat people the way they want to be treated. If someone wants to be called pronouns that are new to me, then I'll do everything I can to learn or to get used to using these pronouns. You know? Because why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Like, the world changes. I think it's just a problem when people look back and they're like, why hadn't you changed yet? I was like, give people the room to try and adjust to this world. You know? Because even just like, I'm not that old. Shut the fuck up, Pluto. But even when I grew up, it was a whole different world. Like a lot of the things that are going around now weren't something that we were aware of when I was a kid. And a lot of things that happen nowadays, I'm just like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't keep up, and like it can be, I can get that it can be exhausting because you're just like, I don't know what's right anymore. I can feel like that sometimes. I don't know what's right, so I'd rather shut the fuck up until I can be like, okay, now I think I know what's right here, and then I'll work with that. You know, can't do much more than that. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Ruby, thank you for the team for 43 months. Give it some love up in chat, please. Interesting to hear a young man like you saying this because I'm 58 and I'm very pleasantly surprised to hear a younger person clear us a decent hand on shoulders. Yeah, I mean, I try my best. I grew up in a family with good morals. I have, my parents and my siblings are all, in my opinion, good people. You know? Like, I'm a fucking idiot. We know this. But I would never make anyone upset on purpose. You know what I mean? And I think one thing we can ask of people is that they try their best. You know what I mean? See you later, Rory. I saw Succession today because it comes out in the middle of the night here. Succession is so fucking good. Watching so me and my sister and her husband watch Succession and Attack on Titan now once a week. And those shows are like complete opposites of each other. It's crazy. Both very good. Succession is fantastic. I hated this episode. It was fantastic, but it was painful to watch it. Everybody is so good in that show. It's fucking crazy. $43 months in years. It's almost 4 years. It's like 3.5 years, maybe. 3 is 36. 3 years and 7 months. It's pretty good. All right, Miss Chat. So this is the thing. When we do just chatting like this, we get like 60 viewers, and then I start playing games and people dip out. I'm fine doing this if people want this. Or should we play a game and keep chatting like that? You know what I mean? I'm gonna mute the sound for you real quick so I can listen to some music. So Ken DMC is trying. What game? Subnautica maybe? Play game in chat, this is good. Deep Rock Galactic, I have not tried that. Did you play the Stick of Stars? Yeah, it was a long time ago. I don't seem to have it here anymore. I only have the fractured butthole here. Do you guys know that I have these? Speaking of which. The key in Mysteria. Just make Butters. Do you see that video? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? What do you want, Walter? I don't know. It depends. I feel like we should talk about something else. For the reasons I was saying earlier, I feel like the more we get into this, the more it risks becoming something that I don't want it to be. I don't mind conversations like this, but it kind of I don't feel like I can relax when we're talking about stuff like this, because again, I have to think very carefully about how I phrase things so that people don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. So, like, I think it's interesting sometimes, but I think it quickly makes me very, very self-aware and kind of, I can't just sit and vibe with that kind of talk. What is your opinion on playing Stitch in the Lilo and Stitch action movie? Look. Fuck yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? As long as it's not problematic for me to play Stitch. I don't know how that works, but I'm in, bro. Let's do it. Have you watched Clone Wars yet by now? Not all of it. I'm working on it. Putting cocaine back in the soda. What's your opinion on that? Probably don't do that. No. Are the perfect height for Stitch? That's what I'm saying. At least agree Roman Roy's best TV character. Roman is Kieran Culkin is fucking amazing. I think he is one of the most underrated actors I've ever seen. The entire Culkin family, bro. Like I only know Rory, and I don't know Rory pretty well, obviously. And I think I've told this story before. Rory is Kieran Culkin's little brother. For those of you who don't know, I was shooting a film with him called Lords of Chaos, and we have a scene together where like he goes off on a rant about he wants to kill someone or whatever it was. And I remember we're both in frame, right? So it's like a shot of the both of us, and we're standing, we're like packing up our shop, and he has the we're talking, then he has this like monologue basically. And I remember standing there. I'll get back to that, Police Source. 1 second. I'll try and get to these questions in a second, guys. So I remember standing there and like just looking at him, and I got completely distracted with what I was doing because I was just like, "Fuck, he's so good!" Like I just got captivated by what he was doing. But after like 10 seconds of just staring at him while he was acting, right? Rory, this is. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm on camera. I gotta be in character again." Like I completely forgot what I was doing. I forgot to do my fucking job because I was just like, damn, Rory is fucking good, man. He was so fucking good in that movie, bro. And I told him afterwards, I was like, bro, I couldn't focus on what we were doing. I was just, it fucking blew me away. He's like, oh, thanks, man. Such a nice guy. Anne Marie is fucking great. Like, everybody, people are so good, man. But Kieran in Succession, blows my mind. Like the last episode and like the episode 2 episodes ago, you know, where the thing happens. He's good, bro. And then this episode 2, like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but for those of you who've seen it, the scene by the helicopter with Alex, my brother, like the end of that scene kind of thing. I was sitting there with my sister. I was like, because I thought Alex was fantastic in this episode. One of the best things I've seen him in. But Kieran stole that scene, bro. Alex was so good, but fucking Kieran just stole that scene. Well, today's episode, yeah. About Clone Wars, I still think it feels like a kid show, but I know that it's more than that, so I'm trying to get through it. That's my problem. What was the other questions that I missed? What a good song was. I haven't seen that one, actually. Thoughts on Tom Wamsgans? Bro, what they call them? The Disgusting Brothers? It makes my skin crawl every time, but they're so good. Stop saying about that scene. She has so much of your blood. Fuck, it's so good. Good show, so that's fair. I just enjoyed Anakin and Ahsoka ship. Yeah, I think I have a little hard time getting into the kids part of it. I don't think I look at the camera much. I usually look like this is not the camera. That's the camera. I usually look around here. It's rare that I look like that. It sucks because I have Ted Lasso, Barry in Succession. I haven't watched Barry or Ted Lasso. I know. When will you wear wigs? Are we gonna reference that interview for the rest of the stream? Do you wear wigs? I did in Lords of Chaos. I've shown this before, but for those of you who... I know there's a cult following for Lords of Chaos. I don't know if anyone in here watches it. If they do, I'll probably see an edit of this on TikTok later. But I've shown this before. This car is like... This is the only memento I have from... Besides, like, clothes and stuff, and besides, like, Salming, this might be the only memento I have from a shoot. So I found this. I was in Jack Kilmer's hotel room. We were living in the same hotel, so we were hanging out in Budapest. And I found this behind his fucking couch somewhere. We were watching. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I found this behind his car. I was like, is this yours? He's like, no. I was like, fuck it, I'm keeping it. And I kept it. I'm that cult following for Lords of Chaos. Nice. It's like, that's the thing. Like, if you look up like Lords of Chaos edits on TikTok, there's so many views. So people are crazy about that shit. I don't see it because like they'd never interact with me on Twitter or TikTok or anything. But like I've stumbled upon a few of these. And there's like this following for Lords of Chaos that I just didn't know about. Nice. As I call following. Yeah, but because I remember when it came out, so many people were upset about it from the black metal world. Most of the reasons they were upset about were wrong. Because people are idiots, and a lot of the people that like the movie's about were unhappy about the fact that we were making it. We got on Tumblr and looked up. No, I don't think so. No. But then I started seeing, like, I saw like a edit of me from Lords of Chaos that had like 20,000 likes on TikTok. I was like, my videos on TikTok have like 2,000 likes. Let me go see if I can. If I just go in and search for, what was it? They misspelled my name somehow. for the. Where's the? I can't find it now. There's a lot of edits of the movie now. Yeah, so there's a lot of shit like this. Like 14,000 likes on a video of me. I have like 500 followers on TikTok. I can't find that one. There was one. Yeah, so this one. I even like this one. This has 85,000 likes. This is a silly little movie we made. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. It's also so funny now that Clark blew up, which is also Jonas Åkerlund who made. He actually had Wilson in. I remember laughing my ass off when I was watching Clark, because Jonas Åkerlund, who directed, he's worked with. I think he only has Dad and Gustav left of the grown-ups, because he worked with Alex on the Lady Gaga thing. Me, obviously, Lord Chaos, Bill and Clark. But Wilson, who plays what's his character's name? Black something. I don't think the name is ever said in the film. And Lords of Chaos showed up in Clark. I was like, what the fuck is he doing there? German guy. So TikTok is just my name. It's everywhere else. Yeah, but like people are like, this is my favorite movie ever. And then the top comments, this is what I mean. This is so funny. So the top comments on that video I just showed you guys is, the first one is, Lords of Chaos is my favorite movie ever. The second one is, Lords of Chaos wasn't accurate at all. Do you know a secret, Mr. Chat? Just between you and me? It was accurate. Was it perfectly accurate? No, it was a dramatization. Is this the closest to the truth that people are going to get? Probably. It's like it says in the beginning of the movie. I don't know if he changed it, but I know Jonas wanted to have, at the start of the movie, he wanted to say, based on truth and lies and what actually happened. And then, the bastard, I saw that for Clark, he put in, based on truth and lies again. I was like, that's our fucking thing. He just reused it, man. He may have upgraded his Skarsgårds in that movie, but he used the same fucking tagline. Should start your own podcast? I don't know. I wouldn't have anything to talk about. I can only talk about this shit because you guys are giving me stuff to talk about. This like Lord Chaos, yet if you don't know the true story, it's a good movie. But the thing is, what's the true story? Jonas knew dead, right? Jonas worked on this for years. Jonas was part of this. And who's going to tell you the truth? Is Vari going to tell you what actually happened? No. Of course he's not. Euronymous can't. Do you think these guys are reliable narrators to tell you what happened back then? When most of them don't want anyone to talk about this at all. And most of them also have this inherent fuck the mainstream thing. So when we started making the movie, they were like, fuck these guys because Hollywood is making a movie about this. And like, it's part of the image to be anti-everything. You know what I mean? That's why it was based on truth and lies. We don't know exactly everything that happened. Like, for example, I don't know why Faust murdered that guy. I didn't want to talk to him about it. From what I understood from Jonas, I was talking to Jonas about it, and he was like, what I got from Jonas was that Faust had said that he just did it. He just felt like doing it, so he did it. Right? So I was like, okay. So I have this murder scene. I know it's a spoiler, but it is what it is. It's also real. Like, you know, this came out like fucking 6 years ago. But I remember this got way too involved, and it's not gonna be a very fun story. But fuck, I'll just finish the story and then we'll move on. I remember talking to, because at that point I was like, okay, we don't know why he did it, We don't know if he was homosexual. We don't know if it was an act of homophobia because the other man was homosexual, and a lot of these guys were very right wing in a lot of things. We don't know if it was that he suppressed something, or if he had some hatred, or if he just did it because, or if there was an anger. We just knew, we had the police reports that he stabbed him. I think it was 37 times, which is crazy. And I remember I was talking to my brother Gustav about this, about how I was gonna do this scene. And I remember Gustav was like, I was like, yeah, you could just sit down and go fucking all out, go crazy. That's actually that they were Nazis and fascists, yes, but it's so funny, the scene in the movie where Vari's getting interviewed. Have you guys seen it? Where he's like, he has a Nazi flag up, but then he's also like Norse mythology, but he's also a like, there were so many conflicting ideologies, and it's fucking hilarious how he's just like anti fuck, like everything that's bad. He's like, yeah, fuck everything, and he's like, but that's not. I can't swear on this, but from my, I think, again, I can't swear on this, but I think that they basically had that whole scene, like they could get the whole interview because it was recorded. So that's apparently, I might be wrong, I might be misremembering this, but I think someone told me that scene was basically exactly what happened. Anyway, I'll just finish my story, then we can move on. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys with details, but I was talking to Gustav, and I was like thinking about how I wanted to do the scene, because there wasn't any right answer, because again, nobody knows why it happened or how it happened except for him. And he was like, oh, I just did it. But again, like asking, you're not going to get the truth here. You're just going to get what he wants you to get. It might be, I could misremember this, but I'm pretty sure. But so we were talking, Gustav was like, wouldn't it be more interesting to just not do it, like fucking, you said it, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, that would be something like that, because the obvious way to go with it would be just fucking go all out. And I remember I told Jonas, I was like, I've been thinking about this, and Gustav gave me this idea that, like, what if he's actually curious? So, like, my take on it, sorry, I'll finish the story up, but I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly. My take on it was, instead of looking at it as this, like, fucking anger and just going fucking crazy about it, because of how I talked to people around there, like, how calm he was about it, and, like, there's the scene where I tell him that I did it, and I was like, yeah, I did that, and I remember I was like, I didn't feel like it was like Faust was the guy who was like, oh, like Vari kind of was. It was like, oh yeah, I did that to fucking impress people. I feel like he did it, tells them that he did it, and then they think it's cool, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe that was a cool thing. All right, fuck it, yeah, cool, nice. You know what I mean? And so I decided to go with with the approach. Again, I have no idea if this is what happened. We had the liberty to make our own assumptions on these things, because nobody knows what happened or why. We had a lot of information around it, though. But for what I decided to do with it was, I felt like he just had a lack of, like, perspective on consequences. Like, what I decided to do with it was, like, that in Faust's mind, it was like, I want to go and get a carton of milk, so I'm gonna go get a carton of milk, because that's what I want to do, right? And that's the consequences, and that's kind of how I approached this. I was like, all right, what if he just thought, because I even have a scene where I'm like, I want before that, where I'm like, I wonder what it feels like to put a knife through a human body or something like that. And I was like, what if that's what it is? You know what I mean? I was like, that's interesting. That's not what you do, because that's not the obvious way to approach this. That would be, oh, he's fucking angry. Maybe he was gay. Maybe there was some feelings towards this guy. But he also is so calm about it. I was like, he has to have this lack of thinking about the consequences. So I was just like, for him, this was like, all right, I want to go see what this is like, so I'm just going to go out and do it. And then he does it, and then he's like, oh, okay. So instead of sitting there stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, I'm sorry, we'll move on. This is too dark, but I felt like it was more interesting to just do it kind of like that. You know what I mean? This is a weird time for a raid. Alina, thank you for the raid. Could get a shout out, please. We're talking about a movie I did, guys. It's not. I think that's a good time to move on. How you doing, Alina? What'd you play? That was. Let's move on. It's a movie called Lords of Chaos. It's the movie. Want to see Subnautica? I was actually gonna play the Subnautica, but we got caught in this instead. Thank you for the raid. I'll get on that. But anyway, I'm just gonna finish up this story real quick. Welcome everybody. My name is Valter Skarsgård, Swedish actor, part-time streamer, full-time idiot. We're talking about a movie I made called Lords of Chaos, where I play a real guy who committed atrocities. But that's, again, just to finish off that little thing before we move on. If you'll see the movie, you'll see what I mean. That, like, when I'm during that murder scene, I did, like, when it was done, it wasn't just like fucking furious, you know what I mean? I was kind of like, all right, but then, like, I saw it like that like he saw that this was his opportunity to examine this. Okay, now I want to see what this feels like. So I'm gonna do it, like, that's why he repeated it in my mind then. Sup, Ron? Can we get a shout out for Ron too? Thank you very much, Angel Sweet. Now I was calm. Like, that was my second day of shooting. We were outside in Budapest. It was fucking freezing. It was in the fall. We did that scene. I was sat there and I was like, we shot a lot more than was in the movie. I played Faust. We shot a lot more stabs than that, like all over the place. But like we didn't, like, most of that was kind of improvised, that whole scene. We had like an idea of like, oh, and then he tries to get up and that, like, those things. I don't know. Yo, yeah. Like, we sat there for hours, stabbing and stuff. I still remember, like, the fucking that was one of my favorite things, because I improvised that on the spot, where he's on his knees and I, like, hold his face and then I wipe the knife on his face before he falls over, because it feels so fucking disrespectful and cold. You know what I mean? Hello, guys. And I was it makes me a little uncomfortable talking about it, seeing as this is real people. You know what I mean? So I think we should move on, but my hair was a wig, yeah. I had a wig. Emery, well, I'll say the movie names. I had a wig. Vari had a wig. Rory did. Euronymous did not. Fuck, what was his name in the movie? Anthony De La Torre, who played Hellhammer, he didn't have a wig. Necrobutcher did not have a wig. Lucian, who played Oculus, did not have a wig. What was his name? I don't remember now. Have you one? Yeah, that's what they're referencing. All right, I'm sorry, guys. We got a little caught up in story time about a film I did. It got a little dark. I'm sorry. We'll move on. How you doing, everybody? Welcome from the raid. Billy Ervix. Do you have Letterboxd? I do not. No. I think they follow me on Twitter, actually. I felt kind of bad that I didn't have the Letterboxd. So many fucking Lords of Chaos edits. We were talking about this earlier, that Lords of Chaos has such a cult following on TikTok and stuff. Mm-hmm. Any comments on this? Is this a Red Dead Redemption clip? This is not gonna be good, probably. Alright, let's see what I did. I wanna pull him off the horse. No. Bro, no, listen. Don't. I had no idea where this was going. I was like, what did I do? I have no memory. I have no memory of this shit, bro. I said don't. Listen to how I say no, don't. Don't punch his horse. Listen. No, don't punch That was fucking funny though, bro. Oh my god, bro. It's fucking I clocked that horse in the fucking jaw, man. What do you mean about the World Cup? Can't believe you're laughing at a time like this. Joking at a time like this. Now the premiere of Marvel Galaxy 1 is coming soon. Nice. How does this man still have a career? Barely. I'm offended by our actions. See, that's just what someone was saying earlier. You're offended. The actions weren't necessarily offensive. You are personally offended. Does this apply to punching horses in the jaw by accident and then laughing about it? I feel like it does. What's that sound? Okay, let's see what this is. Again, I don't know what this is gonna be. No, wait. Listen. Okay, just... No, shut the fuck up. Listen. Hear me out, bro. I can explain. Let me watch the full clip and then I'll try and explain because I'm not sure. Okay, this sounds incriminating. I wonder how hard. I'm just like, I wonder how hard I gotta fucking. No, but listen, I'm gonna explain this in a second. Yeah, I saw that. Hey. And that's the ending of the stream. Hey. That is fucking fantastic. I don't believe in ghosts, but I've seen one. Now watch me cut my finger off. Listen. I can't explain this. Not a thought behind those. Listen, Mr. Chad. Can I explain? Can I explain, please? Let's see if I had any scissors nearby. Listen. Okay, so first of all, what were I doing with a pair of scissors? That one is easy. They were in here for some reason. Okay, that wasn't as much of an explanation as I thought it was gonna be. They were... Look, I don't remember exactly why. So this was not the gotcha moment I thought it was gonna be. But listen, no, shut the fuck up. So they were here for... I probably had to use them for something, right? I had to cut something up. So, like, you can't... I'll show you right now. So, my little table thing here, there's often a lot of dumb shit on it. I found a screw here once. Like, if I pick something up that I'm by the computer, I'm like, I just put it down here. Okay? So them being there wasn't crazy. I just probably used them for something. Okay, so no, but hear me out. So this part is fine. I'm guessing... No, wait. Pluto, don't send that yet. We're not ready. Pluto, let me explain. Nobody click the link. Pluto, let me explain, and then I'll show that clip. Because just wait. We're not ready for that yet. Wait, I'm gonna show you guys. Patience. Wait. So they were in here because I had to cut something, and then I put them up on this little shelf here. I do that a lot because I'm too lazy to take stuff away. I have fucking food here too. Because I'm lazy. So, and here, right? Because if you just do this with a scissor, nothing happens, right? Which means, but if you like, you can cut it off, right? Which means there's a point where, like, if you press hard enough, suddenly it starts. You know what I mean? This was not. I'm just gonna, fucking whatever. Listen, here's the thing. It doesn't take much pressure to cut your own finger off. No, exactly. But how much? Have you never been curious? Like, oh, I have something in my hand. I wonder what happens if I do this. And then as I'm doing it, I was like, I wonder how much pressure I need to apply before this actually starts hurting. And apparently, I was a little bit extra curious that day. But your brain stops it, see? So, was there ever any actual danger? Well, I wasn't gonna fucking snip it. I was like, kind of... So I feel like I've explained myself here. Pluto, send the link. I'll show you the other one. I'll show the other one, and then I'll explain this one too. I need a moment to think here, because I know this one's going to be even harder to explain. Listen, before I even showed you guys this clip, I was a young man then. Oh, we forgot about the biddy cup. We got to add that back in. Can you hear me? See? Try again. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it later. I don't want any reactions until I'm not going to say anything until we watch the full clip.
I have a screw. Is that better?
As long as you high five your eye hole, I suppose.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, listen. I don't know. Wait. Okay. No. Here's the thing. I don't know what the context is here, right? Because for some reason he's like, oh, I was like, is this better? So I was probably doing something stupid, right? And then Josh, who was playing with there, is probably like, oh, don't do that, because maybe I was trying to cut my finger off. I don't know. But then he says, and this is important, he says, high five your own eye with it. No, Pluto, that's not what happened. Because if you watch the clip, I say in reference to something we were talking about, I have a screw here. Is that better? So obviously there was a conversation first. And then he says, listen closely now when I play the clip. He says, something, something, stab your eye with it. High five your eye with it. Okay? Listen, guys. Use your ears. You gotta listen.
I have a screw. Is that better?
Listen.
As long as you high five your eye hole, I suppose.
High five your eye hole. He says, I haven't done anything yet.
I'm gonna try it. You think if I push it like this, do you think it would get pushed out?
Yeah.
I have a
Okay, it got worse anyway. But look, in my defense, I wonder what my question was. Do you think it will... Hold on, let's watch that again.
screw. Is that better?
As long as you
That's why I had to make the defense first.
I'm gonna try it.
I gotta try it.
You think if I push it like this, do you think it would get pushed out?
Yes. Yeah.
I have a screw.
So, for this one, I got it. All right. This one, and actually both of these, both this one and the previous one, right, were in the name of science. Now you guys don't have to wonder if you push it like this, will it ow? It will ow. And now you never have to wonder ever again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. You didn't find out the first one? Yeah, maybe I did. I was pushing towards the edge. So I was like, all right, around here. I don't want to actually cut it off. I'm not a moron. Don't send it, Pluto. Yeah. Like, how do you think we figured out everything that we know if someone didn't do... God damn it. All right, fine. Fine, I'll show this one. Just for... This one, I can explain. At this time, I was calling people idiots a lot. Because they were being idiots. And I finally made this jump. 23? 4? No, I was just fat back then. So I finally made this jump. That I've been working on for a long time.
I'm a fucking idiot. Genius. I mean. Oh my god. I was gonna say that I'm a fucking genius. For figuring out where to climb.
Look, it's not so much that I was a child then, as it is that I was rounder then. A bit of both, but when I lost a lot of weight, I looked a lot older too. What is this now?
Can you be 50 people in one party? Is that?
Oh, I missed this game.
Can you be 50 people in one party? Is that what they were saying? Imagine having like fucking 3 big tanks and then like 4.
See you later, Rom. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Fuck is this? Can you be 50 people in one party? Is that what they were saying?
Fuck is this? Listen, Mr. Chat. get back on the game. I don't care. I'll play solo. I'm gonna be the best at that game in the world. Okay, I feel like conversations have died down a little bit. So maybe we should play some games, maybe? Or do you guys want to keep chatting? I don't know, question, go. Reacting to horror stuff? I have not. How excited are you for the Barbie movie? Not at all. Make a poll. Pluto, make a poll. Is Babe in here all the time, just chilling? Says he's in the chat, but I haven't seen him. Games or talks? Attempt at democracy. Oh, this is a successful democracy. I'll do probably whatever it says. Everyone's voting for games now. That's surprising. See you later. Everyone's voting for games. That's surprising. Well, 15 people have voted out of 80, but where do you find these clips? I don't remember any of this.
Yeah! Oh, they're super excited. Like, yeah! Fuck yeah! Guard duty!
Is this you when stream starts, Pluto?
Yeah! Super excited. Like, yeah! Fuck yeah! Guard duty!
This is kind of funny. Woo! Woo! Guard duty! Woo! Yeah. So do we just rock up on Subnautica then, or what's the vibe here, guys? Yeah, guarded it. Woo! But here's the thing. I know games are winning the vote, but there is a risk that I start playing Subnautica and then chat dies. I'd rather sit and talk, share stories, answer questions, whatever you want, than play if chat's going to be dead for the gameplay. You know what I mean? Other chats. Okay, I know this one, Pluto. This was an accident. Listen, I tried to click this. Oh. I tried to click this. Let me tell you here.
He trusted me to keep his secret. Should I? Or should I blow his cover?
I don't know, Yuki. That's a good question.
Snitches get stitches, and I ain't no fucking snitch. No. Accidentally clicked the wrong button. I was like, I'm 100% on this one.
I know I'm in trouble here.
The area was literally like a fucking millimeter off my mouth. Like if I just fucking touched it, it just jumped to the side. Okay, let's go back to that.
He trusted me to keep his secret.
The only thing I'm thinking right now about Subnautica is that it requires brain. You know what I mean? You have to think and be like, oh, let's do these things. And then I focus a little bit and then chat dies like that. Well, Lena said she wanted Subnautica, but she's not here anymore. The thing with games like that is just be an idiot. You notice how we don't have a lot of fun clips from Subnautica and stuff? We do, though, actually, a little bit. That's how I started playing it again, but still. I need games that help me be funny for you guys. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a funny guy on my own. Atomega. Atomega. Phasmophobia. Yeah, but it's scary though. I mean, is this just me saying that I'm someone's mom's boyfriend? I'd say that all the time though.